In the last class, we were discussing that how the person can be liberated now and here. Adhuna eva sukhi shantah. Then how to do? For that, whatever abhimanam you have, based on your family lineage, I am so and so born to this family or that family, whether it's good or bad. So that was being presented, vipradikaha, that I am born to a good family or ordinary family or best family or no family, whatever. So all these are just a status. Also, varna related to that, ashrami, whether I am a brahmachari or grihastha or vanaprasthi or sannyasi. In fact, all these things are not me. And also the sense objects. That's why I said people are not householder, they are house held. Interestingly, I am someone asangaha, nirakara, vishwasakshi. That's why let me be happy. That means very clearly we discussed, whenever I am unhappy, because I am not a sakshi, because of my kartutva and bhoktrutva bhava, which was also discussed, dharma, adharma, sukham, dukkham. All these things belongs to my mind. And because it belongs to my mind, with reference to bhokta, there is sukham, dukkham. With reference to karta, there is dharma, adharma. In reality, I am a free person. We have seen up to this. Now continuing. Eko drashtasi sarvasya mukta prayosi sarvada ayameva hite bandha drashtaram pasyasitaram. So here highlights very nicely, carefully, that look, as if you observe that tvam sarvasya ekah drashta asi. You are someone who is what? Sarvasya ekadrashta means sarva vasthunam sakshi chaitanya rupah iti. So if you look at it translation wise, you are the one witnesses of everything. So how do you witness of everything? So I witness, you witness, so there can be many sakshis. Like in the court, I witness, also you come as a witness. So there is a witness number 1, witness number 2, witness number 3, you understand? So is there, like, are there many? No, ekah drashta. In fact, only one witness. Then how is it possible? That's why we say that you are in the form of awareness, chaitanya rupena eva sakshi. So because of whose presence you are able to witness, that awareness, that chit rupena, chaitanya rupena eva. And the chitti or chaitanya that is in witness number 1, the chaitanya, the awareness is in witness number 2 are one and same. So that's why he uses this word ekah sakshi iti, ekah drashta iti. So there are not two drashtas, two seers. And interestingly, not only that, sarvada, this sakshi, because chaitanya rupena, what happens? Sarvada mukta prayah. So all the time it is mukta. So why says mukta prayah? So this word also we need to be little bit careful when he uses this word. Like you can translate almost liberated. Prayah, almost liberated. So what is this almost liberated, almost free? That you have to understand. Mukta prayah means actually essentially free but appears to be bound. How? If we observe the sun and reflected sun. Now the sun is stable, whereas reflected sun is not stable. Reflected sun keeps moving based on the reflecting medium. So now if you want to say, what you have to say? Reflecting sun is almost stable. But essentially, is stable or not? So also me. Almost free means essentially I am free, but because of reflecting medium, that is called my mind, I am sukhi, I am dukhi, I am mukta, I am bandha, etc. So that means the more I associate with my mind, or there is tadatmya bhava, oneness, the more I function based on the mind. And finally, I become a mental. That's why, swabhatah aham muktah eva. Because natu bandhanasya vastutva astitvam. Actually, in reality, bondage has no reality. It doesn't exist. Astitvam nasti iti. That's why, but if you look at ayameva hite bandha drashtaram pasyasi itaram. So ayam eva hite bandha. Sometimes I do see that I am bound. So here he says, look, ayam eva hite bandha. This is what your problem. You can use the word. This is what your bondage. You feel that you are bound. So your only bondage is that. What is that? Drashtaram itaram pasyashi. You see the witness as other than yourself. In fact, the moment you see that the seer or you don't appreciate you as yourself. Let us look at psychologically than talking Vedantic language. That's why we say, if you are not relatively free person, you cannot come to Vedanta. Vedanta will not have any impact. In fact, Vedanta will create more problem for you. And if you want to put psychological language, if you are not psychologically free, if you are not psychologically stable, what sort of Vedanta you can understand? So in Vedanta you will try to take all the wrong things. That's why we say, first do upasana. And when you do more upasana, whether you understand this knowledge or not, at least you are a better person. And not only you are a better person, also your better life is assured. Can you see this point? Whereas without upasana, neither your life is better now here. In fact, your life is in hell. You will make others' life equally hell. And forget about next life. Here, that's why he highlights the bandha that you feel, the bondage that you feel, or you feel that you are bound, you feel suffocated, because you don't see, you don't appreciate as you are. Always you look at yourself different from yourself. I'll give you a beautiful, very wrong example. Because I have tried, okay? That's why I can give this example. When accident happens, any accident, that time tell me, are you afraid? Are you unhappy? That particular moment you are neither afraid nor unhappy. Because few times, I have tried, okay, consciously do. Okay, don't ask what happened, the consequences after that, okay? And especially with the bicycles, we love those days, okay? But I don't want to tell, very dangerous. Morums will be there, okay? Pebbles. And we'll slide purposefully, I have done, slide, okay, what happens that time? Let me observe my mind. After that, what happens, don't ask, okay? Not only the pant, shirt and everything goes, but all these scratches. Till now, some scratches are available, okay? Visible. Some marks. But that particular moment, there is no fear. Because consciously I have done, okay, I know I am sliding purposefully, going, and how I see the pain. You really just experience the pain. Oh. But there is no time to reflect. Can you see this point? This much I would like to highlight, not more than that. After that, what happens? Don't ask, okay? So here, if you see the accident as accident, you don't have any problem. But when you see that, look, I should not have, I would not have, I could not have, should, would, mood, good, okay, all these things. Then what happens? The comparison that you create, that literally makes to see things differently. And that's why it is said very carefully that when you start seeing drashtaram anyam pasyasi atmanam bhinnam manyase iti, and then only yada, when jivaha atmanam sakshinam bhinnamanyate tada bandhaiva drishyate. When you start seeing yourself different from witness, you are a bound person. Whereas once you start looking at yourself, sakshitvam swaruparupena eva gyayate tada moksha. And remember one thing, moksha is nothing, something new in this verse highlights. Remember, moksha or liberation is your birthright. In fact, you are liberated. And nobody creates liberation. That's why we say, no guru, no religion can give you freedom. If somebody gives you freedom, can snatch away. So this is what is being highlighted. Moksha nutana na bhavati apitu nitya siddha atmaswarupa eva prakasati. That which is ever established as yourself, it shines all the time. It is, you need to acknowledge, you need to make your mind be available for it. So in short, Rishi Astavakra in this verse highlights Tvameva sakshi. You are indeed witness. Na anya, not any other than that. Not a man, not a woman. Not this or not that, but always sakshi. So if you feel elated or depressed, if you feel happy or excited or depressed, whatever language you have, it is because you look at yourself as mind, not as witness. That's why once more you start abiding with Sakshi Bhava, more you are free. Continuing. Aham kartetyahamanam Mahakrishnadidam sitah Naham karteti viswasamrutam pitva sukhi bhava. So I had to take this line, two lines to be taken together actually. Aham kartetyamanam mahakrishnadidam sitah Naham karteti viswasamrutam pitva sukhi bhava. Because in between you cannot break it. Difficult. He says, look, again continues. O Janaka, Bhavan Artvam, Aham Kartaiti, Ahamanam, Mahakrishnahina Damsitaha. Beautiful example he gives. So what is that? He says, look, Ahankara Bisham iti. What is ahankara? I hope you understand, okay? Then you ask Swamiji, ahankara, you are talking, what is ahankara? Aham karomiti bhavaha, ego. I do. It's me, okay? Like, this goat, remember, so that you can understand. Goat before getting, I'm sorry to say, chopped, what is the? Meh, you understand? So also, this human being, me, I, mine, you understand? So that me, so remember this story, okay? So whenever you say I think of a goat, okay? Or don't think of a goat, that's better language. So here it says, aham karta iti bhrantihi mohahe damsab iva. Not ordinary iha, not ordinary sharpa, maha iha. Great snake. Means, why great snake? Because the bigger snake, the poison is stronger. And once the snake bites, poison comes, then what happens? You know better, okay? And even if you survive, there will be a lot of complications, whole life. So that's why he uses this word, the bhranti that you have, the illusion that you have. And what is that? That is called aham karta iti bhava. So I am the karta, I am the doer. I have so many things to do. Swamiji, I want to attend the class, but I have to take care of my family. Swamiji, actually, I have to take class, but my office computer is running parallelly. Swamiji, you don't understand us. I remember one person during pandemic time complained, Swamiji doesn't have anything to do. That's why he wants to have 2 classes in a day. Now also you can tell, okay? This is pandemic story, real story, okay? This is not fabricated, okay? I fabricate a lot, but this is not fabricated, remember. So the person said, Swamiji doesn't have anything to do. That's why he wants to take 2 classes. But we have to do many things. We have to sustain our family, ourselves and whatnot. So how can we attend 2 classes? This is ridiculous. Then finally what happened? The person got dropped from the class. Because that means the person doesn't fit to be in the class. Can you see this point? That's why we say Vedanta is something, if you do not update yourself, if you do not work to improve, don't worry, you yourself will be dropped. We don't have to do anything. That's why in Vedantic tradition, many people come, many people will go. Those who are able to maintain, they will be continuing, or else no problem. And of course, if you find out some other guru, please go. Better for you, better for us. You are happy and we are happy. This is what our point, nothing else. However, let me not stretch too much here. So he says, look. So naham karta is the opposite of aham karta. So if aham karta, that I am doer, is the visham, and that too visham of great sarpam, great powerful poisonous snake. So what is the antidote? So antivenom would be here, the aushadam would be here. Naham karta, just opposite. I am not karta. Can you see? Aham karta is the poison. So how to be cured that poison? You need another poison. What is that? Not aham karta. I am not karta. And he says very, very carefully, naham karta iti vishwasa amrutaha pitva sukhi bhava. So this is called amrutam. This is called nectar. What sort of nectar and when it can be nectar? He says you should have vishwasam. You should have dridha vishwasam. Means firm conviction, not ordinary way. Because the problem is, people have very much strong conviction about their suffering, about their pain, about their limitations. If you observe yourself, the way you are living, I am not saying good or bad, the way you are functioning, you have strong conviction about your way of functioning. Even if someone guides you, someone helps you to see things differently, including me, I have tried with some of you or many of you, nothing enters. So at the end of the day, you get back to your way of functioning. Sometimes you take my input conveniently. Then what happens? That convenient input gets dropped. Does it happen or not? Just observe yourself. Then when it becomes a serious situation, then also you have to say, look, you are a teacher, your job is to protect me. As though I have taken a contract to protect you. So you can abuse me, you can do anything and everything, but I have to protect you, okay? That is also true. That is my test case, okay? What can I do? So coming back here, he says, look, this person when gives up this abhimanam, that I am karta and I am bhokta, kartutva भोक्तृत्व अभिमानस्य निरसनात् तत्क्षणे मोक्ष भवति. One beautiful point, remember. As long as in me the sense of enjoyership, of course because of that reason there is sense of doership in me, that long I am bound. So when the sense of doership and enjoyership, rather enjoyership and doership, becomes weaker, becomes feeble, becomes instrumental, I am a free person. So my freedom is related to weakening my sense of enjoyership and doership. That's why what I need to do? I need to be very careful while observing myself. Continuing. Eko vishuddha bodhoham iti nischaya vahina prajwala jnana gahanam vita shoka sukhi bhava. Says, look, ekaha visuddha buddha aham iti nischaya vahina means vishwasena eva ajnana gahanam prajwalya vita sukam sukhi bhava. Be happy. How to become happy? Only when you are free from shokam moha iti, from the grief. And why grief comes? Because when you become free from delusion, then only grief comes. Because as long as you are under the spell of delusion, you have grief. So, moha always brings shoka. Remember this point. So, whenever there is a shokam, in the background, moha is continuing. So, like, you know, this antivirus. Sorry, I mean virus, not antivirus. So here he says, look, Bita Shoka Bhava means you need to resolve your moham conflict. And how? He says, look, Ekaha Aham Iti. The first one is, I am one. And what is that? Visuddha Bodha, pure awareness. And when you have this Iti, Nischaya Vahina, you have, very strong, firm conviction. And it has to keep flowing, not once in a while, okay? Like, this samsana vairagya, with this I'll stop it. So when people go to cremation ground or burial ground, what is there? Did the person carry anything? What is life? Look. Everybody becomes philosopher there, okay? How long? As long as you don't get into your car, okay? See, earlier days, to be very honest, when we go to a cremation ground, we never get into any vehicle. We have to come, by walk, and we have to take a bath. Then after that, we are allowed. Without taking bath, we are not allowed, okay? Nowadays, don't worry. Moment think of everywhere, all India also. Then you get into your vehicle. So till you catch your vehicle, nowadays, okay? What a philosopher, great philosopher you are. The moment then you start looking at, no, nah, all these things will come back. So that is what is being highlighted here. Now with that, you need to have very continuous flow of vairagyam, continuous flow of jnanam, not once in a while. Then he says, then only you will be able to destroy what? Ajnana gahanam, the jungle, the forest of ignorance. Then you will burn this thing. How? Because simple, he wants to highlight in this verse 3 things you have to need to understand. That first of all, ajnanam, ignorance, is the jungle, is the forest. And because in the forest there are problems, there are jivas, there are, things, and you are also there, all sort of problem comes. Because of ajnana, all the creatures are living. So mainly that is called moha. Your delusion, your conflict. Now, once that is there, so their family is being settled. Then what happens? Once this is there, shokam has to be there, grief has to be there. You are bound, you suffocate yourself. And all these things need to be destroyed. How? You need fire, once for all. Put the fire, the jungle is gone. The creatures are gone, including you also gone, okay? The notion of yourself. And here he says, that is called Jnana Agni, Nischaya Rupaha. Nischaya Jnanam is called Agni, the fire. Once you do, then what happens? Atmajnana was there. It is just Prakasa Rupam iti. So Prakasa Rupam, self-effulgent.